This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Good evening and welcome to the Late Night News. I'm Sanjay Pinto. Tamil Nadu is on a political hat-trick of sorts, of game changers. Just late last night at about the same time, Vijay joined hands with Amma and accepted 41 seats. Many believe that was the turning point. And today, the DMK, in fact, extremely miffed with its ally, the Congress, has decided to actually indulge in a round of saber-rattling and also sending out a stern message to the Congress that enough is enough and we cannot be arm-twisted anymore. And what has the party done? After a high-level committee meeting at 6 o'clock at the headquarters, the party has resolved to withdraw all its ministers, 6 ministers from the union cabinet, and to withdraw support but extend only issue-based support to the Congress at the centre. What does this mean? It actually means that the DMK actually is keeping a window of reconciliation open. It's factored in a face-saving formula at the end, some kind of a compromise formula. We'll have to wait and see how the Congress really responds to it. There are reports that, in fact, senior Congress leaders have sort of gone into a huddle, some of them at least, in a bid to actually end this standoff and for the two allies to actually in some way kiss and make up, something they can ill afford, both parties, because the Congress has a vote share of about 10%. The DMK, of course, will rely heavily on the Congress. Every little seat matters. Every little victory will matter in what will be the most closely fought election in Tamil Nadu, provided the alliances remain as they are, provided the Congress, in fact, returns to the DMK fold in the state. But first, let's cross over to my colleague Divya for all the headlines. Divya?
Thank you, Sanjay. Well, here are the top stories making headlines at 10. The 7-year-old DMK Congress alliance in the verge of a collapse. 6 ministers withdraw from the cabinet. DMK will now extend issue-based support to the UPA government. Resolution says they can't have an amicable poll accord with the Congress. Pressure is mounting on the DMK as Jayalalitha takes the lead in firming up her alliance after DMDK. What will be the deal for MDMK? Well, Sanjay, now this Congress has been completely caught off guard with this. So, how surprised are you, or are you surprised at all with this?
Well, actually, most political observers in the state would be quite surprised, because the day after the AIDMK front got that big ally into its fold, that was a huge shot in the arm. So this is something they could ill afford at this stage. But of course, we knew that some sort of a storm in the teacup was actually coming, because if you remember, Divya, they didn't start off itself on a good note. The Congress actually was delaying, seat sharing, giving out its numbers. The DMK then was forced to sign up with the PMK first. 31 seats. Again, if you remember, this alliance from the beginning was dogged with controversy. When Mr. Karunanidhi went to Delhi to meet Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and the Prime Minister, he said that the DMK, the PMK was part of his alliance. Dr. Ramdas here in Chennai reacted, in fact, it was sort of a tit for tat, and said that no, we have, that maybe Mr. Karunanidhi's wish, we haven't yet really taken a decision and we'll have to do it democratically within our party. Then, of course, the PMK decided to go back to the DMK, sign that seat sharing agreement, getting the same number of seats as they did the last time, around 31 seats. Congress then was extremely miffed, because they told the DMK, look, I mean, we've been your loyal ally for 7 years, but you've actually gone and signed a seat sharing agreement with quote unquote an unreliable ally, at least we don't know whether they really use that term, an ally which actually deserted you and went to the other side, and they really wanted the best seats. But of course, we're all talking about seat sharing right now, the number of seats. Mr. Karunanidhi fired the first salvo late last night with that statement by going public. And that was the first inkling, the first indication that all was not well. The first, in fact, formal sign that there was something amiss in this alliance. That talks were, of course, we knew were inconclusive after 3 or 4 rounds. Mr. Karunanidhi asking the question, is it fair for the Congress to actually, up its demand from 60 seats to which they had agreed informally earlier to 63 suddenly? We are also told that the Congress had given its share of its wish list of winnable constituencies, about 45 of them, also almost indicating that these are the seats we shall contest from. So Mr. Karunanidhi seemed extremely moved. What nobody is talking about really is power sharing, the bogey of power sharing, whether that was a precondition set by the Congress and whether the DMK was really not willing to go with that. There are whispers about the Spectrum case that the DMK probably got advance information that in fact the CBI could be in fact inching closer to various family members. Of course, still in the realm of speculation, we must categorically reiterate that this is not confirmed because after all, at the end of the day, you must understand that the Supreme Court is monitoring the CBI probe into the Spectrum issue. So even if the Congress wants to actually give the DMK some sort of help here, the Supreme Court is not really going to keep quiet. This is one way of looking at it in a neutral manner, dispassionately. Of course, the DMK needs the Congress, Divya. Look at the way the alliance is stacked up. I mean, they are even Stevens, as we've been saying all along. Both sides have got allies. The scales are almost balanced. Of course, many say that Tamil Nadu traditionally, this pendulum swings every 5 years and that Tamil Nadu always votes for change every 5 years. Ms. Jayalalitha, some observers believe, may have the edge right now because of the anti-incumbency that the DMK front would face. But here, the Congress, even with 10% vote share, we are talking even for 1 or 2 seats making a difference if it goes all the way down to the wire. With close to 10% vote share, can the DMK go ahead to this election without the Congress? Again, the Congress really has not much to lose because the Congress is not really eyeing coming to power in 2011. They are playing for the long haul. The Congress, what will happen? Will it alter the permutations and combinations in this election this time around? Will the Congress swing to the other side? It seems remote at this stage. It seems pretty late in the day as well. Will the PMK walk out? Mr. Ramdas, of course, Dr. Ramdas has made it very clear that he will stick with the DMK, and any suggestion that he is not going to remain with the DMK is completely misplaced and is in fact mischievous. That's the term he used. He said he's made it very clear that the PMK will be a loyal ally of the DMK this time around. So how this will really play out is a big question. The Congress, in fact, may definitely want to try and sort of kiss and make up with the DMK. We'll know perhaps early tomorrow morning or perhaps during the course as the day progresses. But tomorrow is an important day to see whether these two allies, whether the 7-year-old alliance between the DMK and the Congress really endures.
Right, Sanjay. On that note, we in fact caught up with TKS Ilangovan, who says that the Congress in fact pressurized the DMK. So if we can play that bite, let's in fact listen to what exactly TKS Ilangovan had to say on this.
You see, when any alliance seat sharing discussion should be in conformity with understanding of each other parties and the situation, but they were demanding more and more. After committing a particular number to our leader, after going to Delhi, they have changed their stance. They wanted more, so that we thought that Congress is not interested in having an alliance with us. So we had come to this.
So do you think it will have an adverse impact?
As of now, I can only say this.
Sir, do you think it will have an adverse impact on the poll prospects of the DMK?
See, I don't think so. We have believed on our performances. Our performances will have a say. People have not forgotten, and each household in this state have received one or the other benefit of this government.
So when
sir,
are the
do you think, sir,
will you be open for when are
They will go on resigning. Then it is all procedural.
So do you
tomorrow
think
is Sunday, day after tomorrow they may go.
Do you think the Congress deserved 60 seats or even 63 seats? Do you think Congress
No,
deserved?
that is not the question I am going to
Sir,
That is an understanding between parties. I cannot answer.
Sir, one second. Will you be open for negotiations with the Congress?
No, that is for them. If they are coming, then we will see. I don't know about all those things. Now I have nothing to say on that.
Will the DMK reconsider, sir, if the Congress approves
as of now, I have nothing to say on that subject.
Thank you.
All right, if you read those statements very carefully, I mean, interesting observations by Mr. TKS Ilangovan, the party's spokesperson. Two important points that he raised. One is that he says, I'm not ruling out anything really, that the question of some sort of, in fact, compromise formula is not being ruled out there, keeping that window of reconciliation open there. Secondly, also, Mr. Ilangovan, if you notice clearly, Divya, he also made that point about every household in Tamil Nadu benefiting in some way or the other. Obviously, talking about the freebies, the soap opera that the state has witnessed. So probably the DMK feels that the Congress is perhaps sort of excess baggage in a sense and may want to sort of dispense with them, particularly if they want a share of the power, sharing here in the state. Again, the Congress also, whether they view the DMK again as a liability given the Spectrum issue and the kind of propaganda, the kind of that's been made about in circles, in sections of the media. Also, the opposition going hammer and tongs against the 2G Spectrum issue, targeting the DMK's first family. So whether both sides actually, how they view each other, how they actually value each other. And as I've been saying all along, a very senior DMK leader told me that the DMK right now is feeling like a slighted bride who's gone back to her parents' home, not really filing divorce papers, but telling the husband that, look, I will come back in an emergency. That's the issue-based support. Not filing the divorce papers as in completely snapping the ties, with the parent party. But of course, this is something they can ill afford before elections. It's such a crucial election, high stakes election for both sides, because even like if you compare them with a bride and a groom here, the two parties here, the alliance here, and of course before an ideal couple contest, which is the election, they really can't be seen squabbling in this manner. It doesn't really go down well. Voters will be will not really take this too kindly. And also the fact that at the ground level, that is what matters. That is a litmus test. How will the workers in an alliance, it's not just a question of having a photo op with all this rainbow coalition. How will the workers on the ground work for each other? Will they cooperate with each other?
So do you really see Congress now being as a backup for the DMK? Do you think it's an act of brinkmanship by the DMK here?
Well, I think it's the DMK also doesn't want to actually take anything lying down now. It seems that they've had enough. They've, in fact, look at this. I mean, they gave the PMK 31 seats, the same as they contested the last time. The Congress contested 48 seats the last time. We are told that they have agreed to give them 60 seats, just 12 seats more. Again, the question of, short campaign period. Mr. Karunanidhi had mentioned in the Murasuli 17-day period, how will we finish? Imagine 234 constituencies in 17 days. That's going to be extremely tough. So therefore, in any alliance, both sides, they would have relied largely on the allies working together, that teamwork. Whether that team spirit will really exist this time around is a big question. Whether Congress, given the bad blood, that's so much of bad blood right from the start, and one party almost going away, how will the worker, the average worker, DMK and Congress worker, coordinate and work together as a team on the ground? That is a big question, Divya.
Right, Sanjay. With that, we'll take a very, very short break. We'll be back with this very special bulletin on this big news that we are breaking. We will bring you more political reactions and updates on this breaking news. Stay with us. We'll be right back.